gentlemen, welcome back to Building Benji's Movie Park in Planet Coaster. Today, we are going to try and finish the pirate area. As you know, in the last episode, we've done some work here, including this ship. It is a great start, but it's definitely not finished yet. So, well, I suggest we get right to it and waste no time. I think it's best if we start here with just a building around this entrance and just in general make this look like an entrance. Wait a minute, are you telling me there's no arch with those rocks? Okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to use this one then. So, well, let me just kind of build a structure around this. And on the back here, maybe a bit of a round bit. I love how these people just come out and go straight back in to the right. They're like, hell yeah, this is fire. I actually have no idea what any of this is gonna look like, but I'm just gonna try something here. I'm gonna put some wood as a roof, but also walking area. I'm not gonna lie, I do not know how I just did this, but somehow I did. And I'm not complaining. And then as usual, it's a bunch of decorating with wooden elements. Here you go, just copying and pasting some stuff. Then for the roof, this might be slightly too modern. But granted, this is kind of a Port Royal kind of vibe. I think this could work. It just has to be a lot more brown. Which of course is very easy to see and do with the blue filter over it. 'Cause look, that's not at all what I was going for. That looks bloody stupid. What is that? Yeah, we'll definitely need this higher one. We'll also need some sort of fence up here. Something that could pass as pirate themed. You know what? I feel like this might actually turn out pretty good. I mean, so far it really is working. I'll put a ladder right here so you can actually get up there somehow. There you go. Maybe some little stone walls on the sides here. Yes, yes, yes. This always kind of works as well. I love this. Windows are also very important. And I think maybe something like this could potentially be really cool. I just need a sort of stick, which I think is going to be a problem. However, ladies and gentlemen, we think in solutions. So how about just using a paddle? And yes, I know people are technically walking through these, but I just don't really care. If you don't pay attention to it, it doesn't really stand out anyway, so it's fine. Of course, we can copy that over to here as well, if that looks nice. And I think, yeah, that actually looks quite cool. Also, something I almost completely forgot about is these decals. We can, of course, see what happens if we just add some grunge to the building. Here, just like that. Definitely makes it look a bit older and adds some imperfection, which I think is really important. Especially right here. This looks really nice. And I almost completely forgot about lanterns, so let's use these over here. And kind of just spread those around. And as you guys know, one of my favorite parts is just adding a bunch of junk to spots like these. For example, some crates. It's a bit dark here. Hello? Some barrels over here. That is one thing though. The shadows in this game are super dark. And even, I mean, if you stay there for a while, it gets lighter. But it takes way too long. And also, it still is pretty dark. So I guess the good lighting has upsides and downsides. And actually, do you think maybe we can use one of these and put that like on the side here? Bloody hell. So that they can like transport stuff from boats down here up to this. Wait, actually, that just gave me an idea. Okay, so this is exactly what I meant actually, where it just goes a quarter. It's just a bit fast. This is already supposed to be slow. Because look, I thought if we just add one of these, I mean, not at that angle. Look, the idea is really nice. It just goes too fast. There might be a way to slow it down further with like a sequencer or something. I don't know how that works. Quick thing in between though, on these paths in between, I will add some of these planks to make it look a bit more accurate with the rest of the building. I just really don't love that you can't change this really, at least the color of it. Anyway, to make this look a bit more logical, I have another idea. If this works, I may or may not cry. I'm gonna put one of these in and see if it works. Okay, so it is almost. Hold on, we can pretty easily fix that by just spinning this around. Here you go. Now they nicely wrap into each other. Okay, but that is... that is really cool. It's not like any soul ever is going to see this, but cool it is. And well, that I guess then is the first building, kind of. And also the entrance of the teacups, right? And so it will definitely need a name and like a sign on it. But once again, for that, I'll need you guys. So if you have ideas, let me know down below in the comments. I really hope this video isn't gonna be too boring and repetitive, but on to the next building then. So this building is definitely going to be the most challenging one.
12 seconds later.
And I've already changed my mind. Yeah, no, that's... Ugh. Hold on, I've got a different idea. Let's just put a beef shop here, a chief beef counter too. Just put one of these shop fronts around it. And then around that, we're just gonna put a bunch of rocks, because I genuinely do not know how else to fix this. Gotta make sure not to make these overlap too much with the path, but I think it should be fine. They always kind of seem to stay away from the edges anyway. See, now that is incredible stuff. Let's make this a bit of a nicer color, closer to the color of those rocks around it. Although I'm noticing we can't really do that, because full black makes it this, which I guess is close enough. I mean, this looks pretty fun, I guess. And I did just find this, which is the Chief Beef logo. So let's, oh, there's a few different ones even. Oh, look at that. Okay, well, that's actually pretty cool. And hell, we even have this. Dude, I love that. That's actually really fun. The only downside about all this is you can't really change the colors. It's basically just like a set food chain, it seems. But we can always change that later. First, it's just for the idea. Then behind this, I will have to put some kind of building. Also kind of adjust the path to that building so it does fit inside. For example, right here. Then let's go and try a roof, I guess. Then on the edges, this time I'll use plaster. Oh, what a mess. Every time I almost get used to the whole grid thing, something happens that just pisses me off completely. But I guess slowly, very slowly, but surely, we are getting something. Now let's play around with some more of this wooden stuff. I thought it'd be cool to kind of add a sort of balcony here. Actually, wait a minute. See, oh my god. What is that? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna put this here. I don't care that it's gonna glitch. This game, honestly, sometimes... What is going on? What is going on? Anyway, my idea then was to do something like this, where underneath this you can just kind of walk, but then the building crosses over a bit further. If that didn't make sense, subscribe. And I'm also going to want a window on here, very important. You know what also bothers me a great deal is that I can't change the color of the bricks in this texture, or this decal, I should say. As well, we can all agree this would have looked absolutely gorgeous if it wasn't for that red color. I mean, luckily we do have some other options, like this, for example, also pretty cool. But it just is a bit unfortunate, isn't it? That looks really good, though, I will say. That looks, yeah, that's cool. Let me just add some more of these details on the side here. Now, as much as I would want to record the whole process of this building, it's just not really doable. It takes 20 times longer than if I just, you know, speed build it, not having to worry about any kind of recording. So I'm just gonna finish this building similarly to the other one. It's mostly just a roof though and some decals, but and then I'll be right back with you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here is the building in question. Let's expand it. And what I mean by that mostly is connecting these two in some nice way. And I'm thinking for that first we add a little bit of an extra building segment on this side here, something like this. And also, again, a wooden structure. And I just realized, why don't I just use this kind of stuff for roofs? It's much easier. And to be fair, it fits pretty well too. And as for windows, maybe something like that. I do want to make these windows just slightly more custom. All of these wooden supports do have to extend towards the water, by the way. That kind of makes sense. So it's all nicely supported. Also gonna add some rope for the vibes. And you know what would have been really cool if we had something like this, except then like pirate themed, like a skull or something. I mean, I guess this looks kind of cool, but it makes absolutely no sense. We could, of course, however, make this golden, which already would be a bit better. Ooh, and on the roof, we can put some of these bad boys so that this kind of looks like a fishing hut type thing. And some ropes to keep it all together. And then, that's pretty much it. And I'm once again gonna grab these type of fences to just kind of fill up this empty edge over here. I suppose to finish this in between here, let's add some rocks. This time the slightly more pale ones. Or does that look kind of... Yeah, that looks kind of stupid. No, let's just stick with these. Just feels like it makes a lot more sense here. And then to really finish it off, let me just try adding some plants. And some little plants at the foot to kind of hide the fact that they're actually growing out of rock, which is totally possible. Anyway, the great thing about this building is we can literally just copy it over, and I thought this could be a pretty sweet little spot for another. It is a little bit higher though, which I think is very good. And then if I make just a tiny segment of this pier kind of thing. I think I can just grab that and shove it straight in there. And just like this, as like a big puzzle, we can create an entire layout here, just like that. And if I remember correctly, yes, we also have this little boat, which we can totally just kind of put on the sides here. And then to make sure it's not quite as dark, you already know we're again gonna make some of these lanterns. Simple, but nice. I like it. I'm gonna put some of these on all the edges here. Look, and then this is definitely starting to look a lot nicer. The only thing is, this right here doesn't look great. Maybe let's try a wooden one instead. It looks a bit more like a gateway. That's something. I really hate you cannot change the color of this because this just looks so weird. But then also here we definitely need some more rocks to kind of blend that in. There you go, just in all of these little crevices and corners. I'm really gonna be jumping from one thing to another, but let's add some scenery to this. Just a bunch of, well, once again, junk. And as you know, I love to see it. And just some of this stuff also. Very nice. This is starting to look really, really nice though. I love the way that looks. The only thing is we're gonna have to do this along the entire side of this area, which is just great.
2,000 years later.
I swear it's been raining for 5 hours. I was gonna wait till it stops, but it's taking too long. So let me show you what I built. After this and that building, I put this thing here, and honestly, let's not talk about that. Looks hideous. This building, however, isn't all that bad. Especially the top, I think, looks quite nice and detailed. And then I once again copied one of these over. And on the back, it looks like that. And really, I actually quite like the way this looks. I added a bunch of rocks here to kind of support that whole structure. A bunch of trees on the sides. Oh, wow. That is a long... What? Yo! What? Why is this queue so long? Bloody hell. Well, I mean... their choice. But anyway, so that is this building. The queue here, by the way, goes underneath a sort of tunnel. Let it load. There you go. So this is just like a rock cave type thing. You go underneath and then you go back out. So that is what I've done. And there was one very big thing I wanted to try. And that is grabbing this ship once again and putting that maybe back here in the water. What I will do first, however, is changing the colors just a little bit. And with that, I mostly mean the sails. So what if we make those red? Or is that a bit too classical? Yeah, no. How about just white, maybe? Also does look really nice. Yeah, I think I'll go with this, and then we can just put that, like, right here. Does have to go, actually, in the water. Now, is that nice? I didn't really like the open area that was created here, so that's why I thought of this idea. It is pretty cool. It's easily removed as well, so... Because look, when you're walking here, I think it'd be nice if there's just something going on there in the background. Here you go. I love that. And of course, also, if you're standing in the queue just over here, you also have something cool to look at. Oh, yes. Yep. Then another thing that started bothering me is this. How about we just get rid of this entire section and simply make this part nice and rounded? Something like this. Because now it's a bit more open here, which is, I think, a really good thing. Why is this queue so insanely long? That is actually crazy work. Why? What? And they just keep coming too. Like, guys, I guess it just must be that epic. I mean, look at this. It does look pretty epic. Anyway, let me just make this slightly lower then, so it's not as prominent. And then we just paint some subtle sand on it, like so. Now, I know I said I wanted to finish this area in this episode. That is literally impossible. In fact, it's quite tragic, but I'm gonna have to end it about here because this has taken so insanely long, which is definitely the downside of this game. Building a single thing takes forever because the mechanics just aren't as, I don't know, logical as Theme Park Tycoon 2. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to make all the episodes as long as these previous few have been. Probably just closer to the Roblox episodes. As much as I would like to make longer episodes, it's just not doable. I simply don't have that much time. So, well... yeah. All that said, however, I do think this is starting to look amazing, especially this back side looks just great. And this, luckily, you will actually see because, of course, this is going to be a land over here, so, well, we'll see what happens. But yes, I can then say that this will be finished in the next episode, so that's, I guess, a nice thing. And it's still raining. It's insane. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell not to miss a single future video, and then I hope I'll see you in the next episode of Building Benny's Movie Park Remastered in Planet Coaster.